In today's video, I'm checking out the Solid State Logic EV2 channel from Waves. The last time Waves released an official Solid State Logic plugin was the year 2006. Yeah, 2006. That's 15 years ago. Now, technically, they put out the CLA Mix Hub, and I believe the CLA, the Mix Bus, I believe. But those weren't officially licensed versions. Apparently, this one was modeled from a reference console, the SSL 4000E, which is a classic console. You've heard it on so much mainstream music. And a lot of people were praising this plugin, from professionals to semi-professionals. I needed to check this one out. This one's brand new. It just came out this week. So let's get into it. Just a quick tip before I get to the review. If you want to take an extra 10% off the intro price for the Waves SSL EV2 channel, then follow my referral link in the video description or pinned comment below. This also applies to any other plugin that you put into the shopping cart. 10% off, get it now, link below. Let's get started. So first of all, I want to show you the original SSL channel strip from Waves. There it is in all its glory. Time to show you the new interface, which I have not seen myself except on the website. Okay, so first of all, it's a little bit bigger than the original. That's good. It means I can see the numbers a lot easier. Let's take a look at it. We have the line input, microphone preamp. We can switch it between the different, whether EQ is first or not, I believe. Actually, let me take a look at the manual. How about I do that? Oh, and the GUI size can be changed. That's good right there. So I can make it really, really big, which maybe I will for this review, or I can do 150, so that's like a good in-between, because Waves finally started doing GUI resizing. So let's go to the user manual. Here we go. So this is actually in the EV2. The brown knob EQ was the original 4000E channel strip EQ / filter. It's a wide EQ, so the sound is pronounced and maybe even gritty, but still musical, and is best on drums and bass. The black knob, which came out in the mid-80s, is cleaner and more quote-unquote open, and works best on vocals and acoustic instruments. Alright. The channel routing diagram. The default is compressor first, then the high and low pass filters, then the EQ, and then if you want EQ first and then the compressor, you could do it that way. And we also have, it looks like some kind of parallel. It's triggered off the side chain. So it has a phase reverse button, line input distortion, microphone preamp distortion, and let's see, it says total harmonic distortion is added in the input stage as well as the output stage, just like a real mixing desk. If you turn off the analog button, then all that is removed. Dynamic section, it's a soft knee compressor / limiter, as well as an expander / gate. Oh, that's huge actually. Noise was such a problem back then, and to an extent it is today, but audio gear, even the best stuff back then, was just between tape and preamps. I mean, you really had to knock down the noise level of everything. So those gates, those built-in expander gates, were huge. So let's see, it says they are pre-equalizer by default, which makes sense. And dedicated gain reduction LEDs, that's cool. Automatic makeup gain. The compressor attack time is program sensitive. Interesting. So the green gain reduction is for the gate, and the yellow is for the compressor gain reduction. Alright, and then the channel out, it moves the dynamics to the output of the E channel, making it post EQ. That's pretty easy and self-explanatory. Okay, now the black knob, this is important. The black knob has an 18 decibels per octave high-pass filter and a 12 decibels per octave low-pass filter. That's on the high end of the frequency range. The brown knob, on the other hand, has 12 on the high pass and 12 on the low pass. The low pass filter is where it makes a difference. Normally, low pass and high pass filters follow the same path as the entire EQ section. However, when split is selected, the low and high pass filters are placed before the dynamics processors in the chain. I think I'd actually prefer it that way. The equalizer can be switched into the dynamic sidechain to afford simple de-essing and other frequency-controlled dynamics processing by selecting dynamic sidechain at the foot of the section. Alright, so here we go. So dynamics, if you want to put it post, well, how come you had to take it off a bypass, I guess? Use the buttons at the top of the EQ panel to select between the SSL EQ types. So it's mainly changing down here. Brown knob is on by default. That's good to know. So if you want that de-essing, then on the EQ2 button, change it. Seems to be we're having some issues with the GUI size not always staying where it should. EQ solo. Oh! Nice! Oh, that is an awesome feature. I don't know if that's on the... Hold on, can you do that for each band? Oh, wow. So it activates anytime you're using one of the different EQs? Yeah, it says it isolates the EQ band that you are currently adjusting, which helps you to accurately adjust Q and frequency of that band. Nice! Touch an EQ frequency or Q control, and you will only hear that band. That is nice. The red light to the left of the solo button is an EQ headroom indicator. It is triggered when the output of the EQ section reaches -3 decibels full scale. Nice. That is a handy dandy. Wow, I'm glad they put that in there. Okay, master section. In and out switches the meter between input and output. Okay, let's see. So that would... Okay. Put it back to output before I forget. Level indicator is levels in VU. -18 decibels is equal to 0 VU. And a red LED indicates clipping. Output fader controls the output level of the processor. Now, I believe this is a clean fader, so you can really saturate the input and then back it down. Let's see if I can use my mouse wheel. Yep, I can do that. And let's see. Control click, Alt click. Okay, Alt click puts it back to default. Extra wide. Oh, what is this? Width shapes the signal's stereo image from the normal stereo standard to mono to reversed full stereo. I'm not sure what that means. Extra wide is the width enhancer that lets you spread the sound image wider than the loudspeakers. It's an aggressive effect that alters the signal's phase structure and reduces mid-signal content, so it is important to use carefully. The amount of the extra wide effect is influenced by the mono control. Filter is a low-frequency shelf at approximately 200 Hz before width adjustment that helps to maintain the integrity of the center during extreme width processing. Ooh, mid-side. When using the stereo component, you can separate the left and right channels and process them separately. There are two ways to split and control the channels independently. Mid-side, or MS. Oh, within Studio Rack. Never mind, I'm not using that. It's good to know that you can do that, though. Is that it? Yeah, that's the end of the manual. Alright, let's now listen to this plugin on some material that I got from the Cambridge website. Cambridge Music Technology Mixing Secrets multi-track download library, and I will include credits to the songs in the video description, if not also the pinned comment. So I'm going to load up these tracks and I'll get back with you. like what it did there. You know, I do wish they had a auto gain function on here. Now, on this computer, unfortunately, I don't have my AB plugin that would make that a little bit easier. But, yeah, having that built in so whenever you boost, it cuts on the output would be nice. I'm curious to hear what the saturation sounds like. Oh, did you notice as soon as I twisted the threshold, the bypass button turned off, so you don't have to remember to always hit that. That's nice. Oh, I like that. So the LED, instead of it just being either on or off, it actually is half off or dimmed. You notice that on the -6? Watch when I lower the threshold. All right, let's go to something, I don't know, acoustic? I do like the way it shapes the tone of this. Somebody was saying it sounded plastic. I don't agree with that. It sounds really good to my ears.
I know you're scared sometimes, don't know if you're wrong or right. You've been doing things you never thought you'd do.
Alright, now let's see if I can knock down some of this harshness.
I know you're scared sometimes, don't know if you're wrong or right. You've been doing things you never thought you'd do. Taking it day by day, it seems like you lost your way. Even when you win, it still feels like you lose. I wish that you could see what I see. You're so much stronger than what you think. I wish that you could see what I see. You're so much stronger than what you think. I wish that you could see what I see. You're so much stronger than what you think. I wish that you could see what I see. You're so much.
I think that got rid of it pretty much. Now, normally I would just compress it with something else. I wouldn't use the one that's in this plugin. It's just a preference thing. I like LA3A, 1176, LA2A. For this one, I wouldn't use an LA2A because the LA2A brightens vocals up, so I would probably go with one of those or a distressor. Although I will try the compressor in here, why not?
I wish that you could see what I see. You're so much stronger than what you think. I wish that you could see what I see. You're so much stronger than what you think. I wish that you could see what I see. You're so much stronger than what you think. I wish that you could see what I see. You're so much stronger.
Not my first choice for a vocal compressor. You know, that's why I would definitely go with another plugin. Just like if I were doing this in a studio, I would have other compressors, and then maybe this would be the last one in the line. But now I want to try this on an acoustic guitar next. Again, credits are in the video description. Okay, it wasn't recorded separately from the vocals, which is sometimes a challenge. Alright, for this one, I think I'm just going to do a high pass filter and a high boost. I'll put it on brown knob just to hear the difference. And just for the heck of it, let's hear what this sounds like with the compressor. One tip I'll tell everybody out there, find the loudest section of the track, and the way I do it with Reaper is I expand the track as large as it can get, or at least large enough. Then I'll hold Control, press the up arrow. Now that just zooms in on the track. I'm not actually making this louder, it's just zooming in on the waveforms. And it looks like this section right here is the loudest. I'll set my threshold there so that it doesn't sound bad when it hits that section. And usually what I'll do is I'll lower the threshold to the extreme where it does sound bad, and then I'll back off until it doesn't. I'll keep looping that section until it doesn't sound bad. Okay, I think I'm happy with that setting. And let's do a before and after. Okay, I really like this. The one last big test for me. Now this is where the SSL channel strip comes in handy on acoustic kick drum. Now maybe for EDM as well. I really haven't mixed too much electronic music over the years. But apparently the real SSL compressor, the channel strip compressor, sounds great on kick drum. And I'm going to have to refresh my memory on which setting to use for that. But let's try it out on this next mix, and I'm going to listen to the drums as well and maybe EQ the drums. Let's first lower the line input. Actually, instead, let me shove this into the saturator, if we're going to call it that. I'll lower the output fader first. So what I did is I changed the meter to input, because once I had the fader low enough, it's a little bit hard to hear what's going on with the tone. I don't want to clip it, although that is an interesting effect. The one trick I just read is keep the EQ at 8 and boost the crap out of the high shelf. I'm also going to cut the low end. The settings I'm going to go for 4:1 on ratio, release all the way fast, slow attack, and set the threshold where it sounds good. And this time I may actually incorporate the gate. That is nice. And you can really get the rest of the kit out of the sound by using the expander. And listen to the before and after. I like this EQ, this channel strip. I keep calling it an EQ. No, it's a channel strip, and you can really get some interesting sounds out of it and really shape the way a track sounds. So, what do I give this plugin? I give it 2 big thumbs up. As many of you may know, I like Acoustic Audio Sand. Acoustic Audio Sand is their sampling of the SSL gear, and I would say Waves did a stellar job on this plugin. It does not sound plastic to me. You can really get a lot of EQ mileage out of this plugin, and I think the current price is either $40 or $49. Either way, for under $50, this is a very good equalizer slash compressor slash noise gate, and it's a saturation module as well. And for the people who are saying it has a high CPU, I'm not seeing that with a computer that's 4 years old. So, maybe it's the DAW you're using. I don't know. But either way, sounds great to me. And I'm sure if I use this on an entire mix, which I may if I get to it within the next 7 days, this would work well for pretty much any workhorse duty you may need. Obviously, I still like using like a Pultec on, or an API to begin with. As they always say, record with a Neve or API and finish the mix on an SSL. I think that's a really good combination. So, I could definitely use all these across the mix. They use, 0.5% of the CPU here on Reaper. Not a problem at all. Thank you all for watching. This has been Adam for RealHomeRecording.com.